Once upon a time in a small town, there lived a poor man named Daniel and his young son Leo. Daniel worked as a carpenter in a tiny workshop at the edge of the town. He didn't earn much, but he was honest, hardworking, and loved his son more than anything in the world. Leo, however, was different. He was kind and cheerful, but didn't like working or studying much. He loved riding bicycles with his friends and dreamed of having a shiny new one of his own. But his father couldn't afford it. One day, as Daniel walked back home from work, he saw an old, broken bicycle lying near a trash heap. He picked it up, cleaned it, and brought it home. "Leo," he said, placing the rusty bike in front of his son, "this may not look like much now, but it can become something great. I want you to fix it." Leo looked at the bike and laughed. "Father, this thing is useless. No one would even want it for free." Daniel smiled gently and said, "Son, I want you to try. Fix it, paint it, and sell it. Then tell me what you learned." Although reluctant, Leo agreed. He spent the next few days cleaning the bicycle, fixing the tires, and painting it with leftover red paint from his father's workshop. When it looked a little better, he went out to sell it. After several hours of walking through the market, he finally sold it for $10. Excited, he ran back home and shouted, "Father, I sold it for $10. His father smiled. "Good job, my son. You turned something worthless into something valuable." Then Daniel handed him another broken bicycle, even worse than the first, and said, "Now try to sell this one for $100. Leo was stunned. "100 for this piece of junk? That's impossible." But his father said softly, "Nothing is impossible, son. You just need to find a way." Leo thought hard for days. Then he had an idea. He went to a nearby auto workshop and asked if they could add a small motor to the bicycle. He spent all his $10 on it, then painted the bike beautifully again. When it was ready, it looked almost brand new, a motorized bicycle. He went to the park near the city and found a man looking for an easy way to travel short distances. The man loved the idea and bought the bike for $100. Leo couldn't believe it. He ran home again and said, "Father, I sold it for $100. His father smiled proudly. "You did well, my son, but now I have one last challenge for you." Then he handed Leo a small piece of wood with a carved bicycle on it. "Son," he said, "this time I want you to make something worth $1,000, but without selling any bicycle." Leo was confused. Without a bicycle? How? But he accepted the challenge. He sat for days thinking. Then he realized something. He could use his skill and his story to inspire others. Leo went to the local school and asked if he could share his story with the students. How he turned broken bicycles into opportunities. His story touched everyone's hearts. People clapped for him and asked him to speak at more schools. Soon, a local newspaper wrote about him, the boy who fixed his dreams. A company saw his story and offered him $1,000 to make a short video campaign about creativity and hope. Leo came home, his eyes shining with pride. "Father," he said, "I did it. I earned $1,000 without even selling a bicycle." Daniel smiled with tears in his eyes and said, "My son, I didn't want to teach you about bicycles. I wanted to teach you about life. If you believe in yourself, even broken things can bring you fortune. Your success is not in what you have, but in what you see and what you make out of it." Leo hugged his father tightly. That day he learned that where there is a will, there is always a way.